Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. You know, folks, I read once that if you're a passenger in an auto accident, it helps if you're just a little drunk. Because, and this evidently, the science backs this up, if a drunk passenger is a little loose, and if you're a little looser, you're less likely to get severely injured than if you were to tense up right before impact. Which brings me to our president. I think at this point, it would help if we were all just a little drunk, because maybe then, maybe then it wouldn't be so painful when he drives the world into a telephone pole. And here's what I mean. Look, we all know that he's crazy, but some of the crazy stuff is just to distract us from the crazier stuff. And maybe we should stop trying to stop every crazy, because stopping some of the crazy makes the crazy stuff seem less crazy than he could possibly craze. And let's face it. Let's face it, if you think we're gonna stop all the crazy, you cray-cray. The latest case in Cuckoo, some House Republican, I don't know who it is, just introduced a bill to rename the Kennedy Center to the Donald J. Trump Center for the Performing Arts. I'm sensing you don't like that. Clearly, you are not eager to see Kid Rock dance the Nutcracker, but the bill's sponsor says that Trump is a patron of the arts and a staple of the pop culture landscape. I'm sorry, but it's true. Trump is a staple of pop culture. Just last week, he was great on South Park. Now, amazing, huh? Yeah. So daring.
Breakout role.
So free and open with his body. Now, while it's true that 2 months after Kennedy's 1963 assassination, Congress passed legislation renaming the National Cultural Center as a living memorial to Kennedy, that was a long time ago. You know what they say about those who forget the past? They name stuff after Donald Trump. So let's just rip the Band-Aid off and rename everything. The Washington Monument will become My Big Pointy Penis. And the Grand Canyon will become Donald's Gaping Hole. we should just accept that just everything is going to be a little crazy. Okay? Crazy is the new normal. For instance, Trump spent the last few days over in Scotland. The stated purpose was to negotiate trade golf over his golf tariffs with European golf, because he went there to play golf. He spent your tax dollars to open his new course in Aberdeen. And it was a grift for the whole family because the course was designed by Eric Trump, who was allowed out of his crate to say a few words.
This course is remarkable. Nothing was left out. We had an unlimited budget, and we exceeded it.
What? That's not easy. That's not easy. They exceeded unlimited. Just like when I exceeded unlimited breadsticks. I exceeded unlimited breadsticks at the Olive Garden. Dad made me leave and sit in the car because he said, when we're here, I don't know you. This is actually, it's Trump, was it the third? It's the third golf course for Trump in Scotland, which he sort of explained.
We have the first course, which we call the old course, and the second course, which we call the new course, because that's the best way to describe anything else gets too complicated.
No, it's true. The new course is the second course, and the old course is the first course. And I don't talk about Jeffrey Epstein's intercourse. Oops, did it again. Anyway, Mulligan, can I have a hello? Is this? And this is, I'm told this is a turkey leg. But it wasn't just golf on the Strip. There was also kart. Specifically, Trump debuted a new armored golf cart. Obviously, we need to protect the president, but armored golf cart is such a strange combination of tough and elderly. It reminds me of The Dark Knight when Christopher Nolan introduced the Bat Rascal. Alfred.
There it is.
Alfred, I'm going to ShopRite. I'm going to ShopRite to get more Gold Bond. Trump did squeeze in some diplomacy between rounds of golf. Yesterday, he spoke with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer about tariffs on products like whiskey. Now, a little word warning before we play this. Over the questions, you might hear the faintest whisper of bagpipes in the distance.
Whiskey? Well, we'll talk about that. I didn't know whiskey was a problem. I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but maybe I should be when I'm over here. Maybe I'll have some whiskey today.
Please do. Start drinking. You haven't. I got a thing. You haven't had a drink in all of your 79 years, but we're already deep into the mouth of madness. Might as well throw back a few shots. Who knows? Maybe you're less crazy when you're wasted. Okay. What if we invest in social services to strengthen the middle class, tax billionaires, and treat immigrants with respect? Oh, God, hold on. I think I'm gonna be sick. Eric, lie down here. I don't want to get the sand trap dirty. By the way, that little golf trip of his, $10 million. Wow. Okay? But don't worry. They got a new way for you to pay for it because the Trump administration is now accepting Venmo payments to help pay down the national debt. That's how desperate our financial situation is. We've started a GoFundMe for America. Next, you're going to see ads of Sarah McLachlan holding a sad Uncle Sam. He got back today. Is he back? He's back. He's back stateside. Trump got back home today to get back to his main duty as commander-in-chief, and that's suing anything that moves. He recently filed a $10 billion lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal for reporting on a lewd birthday card he allegedly drew for Jeffrey Epstein, allegedly. These kinds of lawsuits that he files can just drag on for years, but Trump wants to speed this one up so he can get revenge on the guy who owns the Wall Street Journal, media mogul and snail that owns a bookshop, Rupert Murdoch. Uncle Rupee is 94 years young, which is why Trump's lawyers have urged the court to depose him within the next 2 weeks in case he dies. Wow. Joke's on you, Donald, I'll never die. When my heart stops, they're just gonna glue my head onto a Roomba and marry it off to wife number 6. She's a cryogenics expert who loves to windsurf. After 2 years, I'll leave her for a sexy bucket of formaldehyde. But he's not suing everybody. He's signing insane executive actions. The latest is a memo that allows federal workers to persuade coworkers their religion is correct. And also with you. They say any religion, but you get a sense of which one the memo is rooting for because it says that no disciplinary action should be taken against employees displaying religious items, quote, such as crosses, crucifixes, and mezuzah. Yes, you can display any religious artifacts. Crosses, crucifixes, lowercase t's made of wood, the thing that vampires are scared of, and mezuzah, maybe 2 mezuzahs, like this. Now, before you say that this is going to start a holy war in the break room, you should know that the memo allows employees to push their religion, provided that such efforts are not harassing in nature. Of course, converting people to your religion is always very chill. That's why all those people died in the Spanish gentle suggestion. The new guidelines... There you go. The new guidelines have alarmed some legal scholars.
Hey, Stephen.
What's up, Corey? I'm in the middle of the monologue here.
You know how it just became okay to convert your coworkers?
Yeah. Corey, I'm talking about it right now.
Oh, I don't watch the show.
Well, what do you want? What do you want, Corey?
I was wondering if you'd want to hear the good news about my Dark Lord Moloch.
No, I don't want to hear Moloch. Listen, you do you, but I'm not interested.
But his dark powers could save your show.
Okay, I'm listening. What would I have to do?
Not much. A little ritual sacrifice, maybe volunteer at a few of our bake sales.
You have bake sales?
We're not monsters, Stephen. We just worship one. Lemon square? Only 50 cents. Sold.
No thanks, I'm low carb these days. We got a great show for you tonight. My guest is Jamie Lee Curtis. But when we come back, my wife Emmy and I are answering your questions. Stick around.